Okay, so I think the screen got disabled midway, but I think it's back now. So let's get to work. We cannot keep stressing over this kind of stuff. Fine, it's totally fine. But still, let me see that there's no volume even there in that. Please wait. So I realized just now that my headset wasn't connected to the laptop. So the audio that was coming through was with the mic of the laptop, and that wasn't really good. My apologies. Whatever. So a lot of the things that I said in the earlier video, I'll need to say again. Don't worry, I'll do it as time passes. But let's go through the data. Okay, as I was saying, there was news at 10 a.m. So I did not open a position before then, even though this was a manipulation move, then a reversal, and this was the entry that could have taken me up. But I did not take that. That's not how I trade, so I did not take that because there was a tap. That's right. And then this consolidation range started, which I should not have traded because unless price manipulates this consolidation range, only then I should have traded. And as you can see, price took out these lows, yes, this low very thoroughly, this low right here, and then it went up into this 5-minute IFVG. And in that moment, this was actually in within my time frame because between 10:50 and 11:10, it's the 11 a.m. macro by ICT, and very good setups form in that time. 10 minutes before 10:50 is just trash. Like 10:40 to 10:50 is trash. I don't recommend anyone to enter any position during that time because price usually gives false moves. But as you can see, this was the final bearish IFVG that I used to enter, and I will show them to you. I'll say it again. I'm using a demo account, a paper trading account, as can be seen here. I'm not trading on a real account. I have a Profum account, but I'm not going to sharing any progress of that account over here. Okay. Now that's out of the way. I'll show you the trade setup again with labels. Okay. So 20 contracts sold on this over there or on this entry, and immediately as it went lower, as it went up 300 ticks, I was out. And then once I saw that, oh, this has been cleared and price wanted to go for this, I targeted 400 ticks to here, I entered here, but sadly it did not. Doesn't matter, I should have listened to my rules and not traded again, but I did. Whatever, it's my life. I have to be responsible. I don't recommend anyone be doing this. I don't recommend anyone be breaking their rules. Do not be doing that. So, what should we wait a minute, please? Okay, I think we are still running. Let's get back to it. So, this was as soon as price entered this, I sold, and these was the lows because on 5 minute this is the start of a 5-minute bullish FAG. And as soon as price tapped into that, this is where I exited. The SL on these were 300 ticks each, but the TV on this was 500 ticks. And so didn't get most of the money I lost, but honestly, this was beautiful. And this is what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is that if we go on to the higher time frame and look at this PA, which we will do now, but not before we remove some of of the- yeah, not before we remove some of this junk here. Okay, we have to play out the charts. Too much. The 10 a.m. can stay. This has to go. This has to go. This can go. This can stay. Equity low. This can go. 15 minute can go. This 1 minute can go. This BSL can go. Whatever the case, these are all the levels. Honestly. So let's go on the 5 minute. Now the thing is, look at this. This is nothing. This is bullshit. The refugees price tapped into this refugee price don't really care about it. It went up, back down, didn't really do anything. But as soon as it tapped here, it went up, failed to close there. Like it's doing nothing. It's not tradable. So if you look at it on the higher time frame, this is literally the only entry. Like I exited weird. The proper trade is the people who waited because I didn't want to break too many rules. If we look at this and just target this low, not this low because price action didn't reach it. But do you really need that? Like 150? That's 1500 ticks. Why the fuck would you go for that? You don't need those ticks. That is actually too much. If you're a swing trader, sure. But as a scalper, as a short-term trader, as a day trader, you don't need to do that. Honestly, even if you go for like 100 ticks, it's more than enough. And it was very easy. Like, did not take that much time. On the 5 minute, this, and before what, 12 a.m. it is? Yeah, before 12 a.m. It's over. 12 p.m. I'm sorry. Before 12 p.m. it's gone. It's done and dusted. Okay, that's what I mean. So I think I've actually been hitting a lot of SLs recently, and I could not figure out why. But to be honest, if I go back to do all the data and I look at the higher time frame, and when I say the higher time frame, I mean from 1 hour and lower. No, no, no. Actually, for the whole day. What was the direction of the day? What was the like you can determine the bias earlier on, and then you can go into the low time frames when your entry time comes. But the thing is, I was even though looking at the higher time frame, I was just trying to make something. The fault, my fault right now is that because I have lowered my targeted ticks, I just really don't care and just want to make some money, and that's my fault. That's not how you should be trading. That's not how I should be trading. Okay, I should not be saying, oh, just give me something and then you can do whatever. No, because the point of trading is to not it's not to be making the most amount of money. Although it is like yeah, it's a profession and we are here to make money. I get that, but the point of it is, can you read the market? Can you understand the PA? That those are the real main things that you should need that you need to work on. That I need to work on. Okay, so HTF said, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. I don't really want to do anything. I'm bearish for the day. This is bullshit. Do not trade me. But I said, no, let's try. Why? Because I didn't listen to the HTF. I tried to go on the LTF and just try to trade. Like, you can see, there are no even FEGs around here. And I'm just trying to sell and buy. Like, what are you doing? It tapped into this 1 hour, and I had already marked this. And I knew these levels were going to send price to, but I still wanted to trade. So I should not have. This was the only trade, the only real trade that I did end up taking, but after breaking my rule of taking two losses and then entering a third trade. That is not how I should trade. So today and moving forward, this is what I'll work on. I will try to figure out the higher time frame and then enter positions. If the higher time frame says no, it's wrong, I will not enter positions. The problem has been because you listen to all this thing on the on Instagram and Twitter and all, and you a lot of traders are saying you don't really need the bias, you don't really need to know where the day is going to end. Yeah, and you actually don't really need to know where the day is going to end. That's totally fine. But you still need to know where the day is going to move. You don't need to predict the price, the levels that price is going to stop at, but you need to know the price and the level that price is going to breach. You need to know that at least. So that is what I'm going to try and because that's what HTM does. It tells you where price wants to go on the higher time. What is going on the higher time, where the liquidity resides on the higher time frame. And after this, that is what we are going to be exploring. The levels that price wants to go for next, today, maybe, or in the week. So I actually made a prediction earlier this week, right as the September candle was opening up, that and yeah, prediction, reaction over prediction. But on the HTF, and I was just looking at where I see price heading next, where the next liquidity level is, and I think it's that monthly FAG, and that's where we're going to move on next. Wait 2 to 3 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, I do know that I need to invest in a better mic, and I will do that soon. So, so yesterday taught me that my trades being only based on the LPF, even though I have a higher time from price, is the wrong move. If I should be keeping watch on where the 1 hour is closing, where the 15 minute is closing, what the 5 minute is doing, and my entry should actually be by looking at the 5 minute and then saying, okay, 5 minute entry is good, but it's the SL is just not suiting. So can I go onto the low time frame and figure out what a better SL would be? And that's then that's when you come to the low time. But my fault is that I've been trying to trade the low time frames. That's wrong. That's wrong because low time frames are not carrying price. It's the HTF analysis. It's the higher time frame liquidity that's that's pulling price to it. It's not the LTF equal lows or something. Like these lows, yeah, sure, price is going for them. But this is not what is driving price. What is driving price? Let me show you. Like, driving price. Now these equal lows are beautiful because after this movement, it didn't manage to take this. These are beautiful. This will be driving price. Okay, these session highs, these are what's driving price. These equal highs, these are what's driving price. But this is just for the 1 hour, 2 hour. If you go and look at the monthly charts, there are completely different liquidity levels. So you cannot base your targets and entries on what the 1 minute is doing. Bulky, you can use 1 minute for entries, but that's it. That's it. The other everything else should be based on HTF. You can go around and trying to trade the 1 minute alone, sure, but your success rate won't be that good because I've been doing it. I've been okay. How long have I been trading? All honestly, more than 3 years now. More than 3 years. And by my time, a lot of people are profitable. Yes, admittedly, but it's going to take the time that it's going to take. It's not really up to me. Like I've tried that if it's up to me, and I've taken like 100 L's because trading still hasn't worked out. But I can't really want to because then those L's have really been about nothing. And honestly, that's not who I am. Giving up is really not an option. It's really not an option. So okay, let's clear this chart out and see what price is doing for the day today. 4-5 low was taken. This PSL level was cleared. This 500 Fiji cleared. Fiji cleared. Okay. So this one edge, I'm going to remove it. Let's go on the daily. Let's go on the daily and so this is over. This London high, and let's not go with that yet. So this is actually very interesting. Now these equal lows are going to be what's driving this. But the thing is, for now, I don't think price is going to come in, especially because of yesterday's close. Because price cleared all of